So cornering, I give to Errol Spence. Jab, I give to Errol Spence. Not fighting reckless, I give to Errol Spence. Defense, I give to Errol Spence. Body work, I give to Errol Spence. Size, natural size, I give to Errol Spence. Like, bro, I literally give Errol Spence most of the metrics. Man, the more I keep thinking about it, the more I lean to Errol Spence. I'm happy with my pick. I'm picking Errol. I'm happily picking Errol. The more I keep thinking about it, the more I'm picking Errol. Like, this is Errol Spence. He just looked like jacked in like a solid unit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he not caring if he has a million abs showing. He just looked like good on the scale. To me, for me personally, I'm picking Errol Spence. This physique for me looks a lot more durable if it gets super chippy. Because look at his look at his like waist and stuff, his base, his shoulders, and everything. Ego Weight Watchers. I slept on the fact that Errol Spence been at the division longer, and it appears to me that this was a rougher cut for him, because it looks like, my honest opinion, it truly looked like Errol Spence left it all in the gym. He looked like by the time of the fight, he literally had nothing else to give. I mean, common sense would tell you being on a 15-month layoff, 14-month layoff is not going to benefit the guy. Even though he's younger, it's not going to benefit the guy who's only 2-3 years younger and has been struggling to make the weight. The version of Errol that showed up, that's not really the version of Errol Spence we've seen in any other fights.
Actually did sign the contract in Tangle.
I go with Errol. I'll go with Errol. I think he's the bigger, naturally bigger fighter. I think he's a naturally stronger puncher. I think Errol is more defensively responsible. I think Errol is just going to be too big, too strong, and over time, by the 8th, 9th round, I think he's going to overwhelm Terrence.
Earlier,
but he did. But I honestly felt like he did that to a lesser Errol, though.
Now,
but that was not the motherfucker Errol that I know.
Then that man, I can't wait for the fight tomorrow. Y'all already know my prediction. I got Errol Spence by eyeball. He taking turns by eyeball. That's the prediction. Yeah, man. I got Errol Spence beating the hell out of Crawford. Not even a debate. That wasn't Errol Spence. That was a clone.
I'm going to call it Errol Spence. My final prediction, I'm going to call it Errol Spence by TKO in the 9th round. Maybe 10. But I'm going to call it Errol Spence TKO in the 9th round. This is the sharpest and just the most, determined Errol Spence that I've ever seen. The man looks to be in great shape. Both fighters look good as far as like body-wise. We really ain't seen much of Terrence Crawford because he's been walking around in hoodies and shit, all covered up. Errol Spence been wearing tank tops and shorts and shit, looking, in great shape, and in the ring was the best that I ever seen him physically. You could tell that he made the weight in a very healthy way. I see that same thing happening this time around. I think he's even more comfortable making a weight this time. I don't think Errol Spence looked the same as I normally see Errol Spence. He looked lethargic. He looked slow. He looked like his timing and reaction was off. The power on his punches just seemed weak as hell. I don't know what it was. Not making no excuses for the brother.
Don't make me fucking laugh. When it's all said and done, Terrence Crawford revealed himself as the Chihuahua walking behind the damn fence. He's gonna get fucked up, man.
He loaded his gloves with plaster. He padded his gloves with rocks.
And he basically knocked Errol the Truth Spence out of his fucking socks. Why? Because when it's all said and done, this was the only way he was going to win the fight.
So where's the proof that this guy right here really has bone-breaking neurological damage power? The only way that you can get something like this is by loading and padding your gloves. The only way that you can get something like this is through what's called performance enhancement drug.
I don't believe his defense he's not defensively responsible. How is a fighter that's supposed to be basic like Errol Spence has a better defense than you? I don't believe he is what they say he is. I'm going to pick, I've always said I thought it was going to be Errol Spence by late stoppage or decision. I'm going to go Spence late round stoppage. I'm also going to pick the 10th round. So Errol Spence, during his training camp, he actually suffered a rib injury. That rib injury prevented him from sparring the last 6 weeks of camps. Basically, he didn't spar during his camp. So that was part of the reason why he didn't have the same level of power. There was something that wasn't quite right with Errol. Just hard for him to make the weight.
But if he get in there with Spence and think he's gonna get and think that he's gonna let Spence do that to him, let Spence hit him so that he can wait for a punch, he's gonna be waking up off the ground thinking that he shouldn't have did that. To me personally, I think Errol Spence is gonna win this fight. The question is, why did Bud Crawford hook up with Victor Conte? In the SNAC program, SNAC, because Terrence Crawford's performance was highly suspicious. And this is what the people saying now.
Gives up on him, bro. He's swimming, he feeling good. Errol Spence for to grab that ass, pause, and turn him up, bro. And turn him up. You feel me? I know a lot of cats gonna be looking at this. Money Brown, you just biased towards Errol Spence, man. You know, Bud finna do this, Bud finna do that. Listen, Errol Spence has been knocking off champions after champions after champions, and this ain't gonna be no exception, bro. You know what I mean? This ain't gonna be no exception. This is the best Errol Spence that you ever want to see. This Errol Spence ain't been working out in no sauna suits. This Errol Spence has been happy. Now EJ's all the way on this shit. He's ready for war. You understand? You just see how good he look. He losing the weight the right way. He ready to go in there, put on a hell of a performance to show people that he is the best and that he can't be fucked with. Clearly his equilibrium was off. His balance wasn't there. For us who know Errol Spence, who watch Errol Spence, who know how he fight, things of that nature, his equilibrium and his balance was off. I talked to my dog Corey Spinks. He said it can be from the weight loss, right? Now EJ is all the way on this shit. He's ready for war. You understand? You just see how good he look. He losing the weight the right way. He ready to go in there, put on a hell of a performance to show people that he is the best and that he can't be fucked with.
You know, I want to speak to you aerosexuals for just a moment. You know, you seem to think that after July 29th, after listening to y'all spread propaganda for 5 years, you seem to think July 29th was a fluke. And we called it Crawford at 9. You making excuses? You need to just let it go. Looking back over the years, these niggas shedding some tears. Told myself time and time again, Errol Spence is gonna win. Through all the fuss and the fighting, debating and lying, now I'm sitting here crying. Cause when Spence got dropped in the ninth and now, but it changed my mind. I think I better let it go. Looks like another Bud TKO. Oh, I think I better let it go. Let it go, EJ. Looks like another Bud TKO. Tried to take control of Bud took control of me. All of the lying I was doing on YouTube, now them niggas roll with me. Through all the bumps and the bruises and all the fight, now Spence is a loser. Trying to hold on, his face is gone. Now Derrick James is singing a song. I think I better let it go. What you say? Looks like another Bud TKO. Oh, Spence, you need to let it go. Let it go, EJ. Looks like another Bud TKO. Oh, bitch.
Hey, Fight fans, it's Michelle Joy Phelps with Fight Hub TV, powered by Stagefront VIP, and I'm joined now with Brian Bomac McIntyre. Congratulations to you and the team tonight on the victory. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm happy for Chris. I'm happy he got the job done. So, I mean,
You said we should be expecting something special.
Right.
We saw tonight easily the best Chris Eubanks Jr. we've seen.
well, he's already a good boxer. It just takes, a few things to work on in camp to make sure he bring it out. And I mean, everything that we ask of him, he already knows how to do it and how to execute it. It just got to take the right coaches. Disrespect to the other past coaches or coaches around there. It just take the right coaches that know the style of Liam, how to beat it.
What did you feel that you did differently when it came to how you trained Chris? Because, like I was saying to you prior, there was always a lot of talk about how he wouldn't listen and so forth. What was your structure like?
My structure is just, we got time sets. We got certain things that we need to do in camp. Every day ain't the same thing. You do different stuff. You work on different stuff. How you want to fight the goal. So, we brought different sparring partners in. Monday we did, let's say, power. Tuesday spar. Wednesday, speed. So as you can see, he worked on all of that. His power, his speed, stepping around, his rhythm, which was important. So, when you can get a fighter to take heed to what you're talking about, that's good for the team.
Talk a bit about with the sparring. You said something about the sparring there. He was having a good laugh. He said he found out the morning of. Is that what he said?
Yeah, well, we've got a guy in our camp by the name of Lester Martinez, 168-pounder. I had brought in. He was starting his camp, so I brought him in to spar Chris. And Lester's pretty goddamn good. And Chris handled him, pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a blowout neither one of them, but I was satisfied and happy with how Chris handled himself in that 6 rounds of sparring. So that what made me say, okay, he ready.
So he called out Gennady Golovkin post-fight. That's obviously the fight he's been wanting for quite some time now. Do you feel that fight is, with due respect, a fight that would do much for his career at this point, given that Gennady is pretty much almost borderline retired?
Well, if that's something that he wants to do, that's one thing he want to try to accomplish. So I'm always going to be behind the fighter if he wanted to try to accomplish his goals. That's what they in boxing for. So if Gennady can get up off the couch or stay in the gym, or he's a dangerous fighter. I mean, dangerous as fuck. I mean, we up for the challenge.
What about Conor Benn? Conor said he wasn't impressed tonight at all.
We'll tell Conor Benn to get his ass on the chopping block so we can go. It's real simple.
Any news? I mean, anything you'd want to see? Do you want to see Chris out again before the end of the turn of the year or start of next year?
That's left up to his management team and himself. So I just sit by the phone and just wait for the call to come through, and then we just can go from there.
Okay. Well, Bomac, the lights just went off. Yeah. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it as always, and congratulations again. Thank you. Bye, fans.
It's the Goose to you, Mr. Goose to you. And I'm with my guys, Sugar J the Wise One and Kim the Baptist.
Yes,
and we are the apostles of the youth boxing community. And we're bringing It's Boxing to You.
It's the apostles, and we come to lay of hands. Half step, weave the jab, uppercut, pick up your mans. It's Pastor Gucci Cam, Sugar J the Wise Man. We bring them to the light, make these haters understand. Northside is where I stand. Nebraska, that's the land. We cancels out the jab from a southpaw stance. We beat the competition, knock it out with either hand. And we drop the link, so come and kick it with your fam. And we drop receipts, so keep your sources on hand. If you can't confirm that this facts, you spread propaganda. Make sure you hit the like when you subscribe to the channel. One love to the playback gang and the panel. It's boxing to you.
It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. Represent the 402. Being Team Crawford, that's what we do. It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. What it do? Represent that 402. Team Crawford, BNB, yeah, that's what we do. What up? Y'all know who it is. It's the Goose to you, Mr. Goose to you. They said we weren't gonna do it, Cam. They said we weren't gonna last in this bitch, but we here. The apostles of the YouTube boxing community. We lay hands on their ass. Y'all see what it is. We got young Sugar J, the switch hitter from B&B, coming out 2023. One love. Y'all know what it is, huh? But y'all gonna see what it is. Mr. Gucci, you, Kim the Baptist, Sugar J the Wise One, we are the apostles of the YouTube boxing community.
What's going on, baby? One love to everybody that's tuned in right now, man. It's your main man, Cam the Baptist, the co-host that be doing the most. Filling in for the Pastor Goose to you. Sugar J is in training right now, but we are bringing you another episode of It's Boxing to You. Yes, indeed. And if you do not know, the apostles are in the building to layeth the hands and spread the good news of boxing. Have you heard the good news, ladies and gentlemen? Unfortunately, today does not seem to be the greatest of news in the boxing world. Unfortunately, I'm here to report that we have received some very, very, very troubling news after a very, very, very glorious weekend this weekend. Unfortunately, it has been reported that Team Crawford head coach and trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre was arrested in the UK due to they're alleging a firearm in his luggage. Now, let me get into this. Let me take a look. Cause see, I don't listen. We wanna make sure we bringing y'all what's going on. I actually woke up to this news. We definitely sending prayers out to Coach, man, to the entire team Crawford, man, the entire team B&B, man, the whole facility and staff over there, man. Team Eubanks, man, just everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody involved, to Mr. McIntyre's family, everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you know, his home team or nothing with us. So, you know, we always praying, you know what I mean, for my man, free the guys, all that. You know what I mean? Free Bomac till it's backwards. Yes, Lord. Now, this is, and just to make sure I got this pulled up here. Now, this was the Daily Mail online. Okay. I received it. Like I looked this up as soon as I heard about it. Chris Eubanks, trainer, is arrested at Manchester Airport after a gun was allegedly found in a suitcase by security checks ahead of his flight to the U.S. after Saturday night's fight. Now, what they're alleging is that Bomac was arrested at the Manchester Airport on Sunday. Security officials at the airport found a gun in a suitcase, and of course, stating that Bomac had overseen Chris Eubanks Jr.'s victory over Liam Smith the day prior or the night prior on Saturday night. And Bomac they're stating, been charged with possession of a firearm, unfortunately. Now, this was posted initially yesterday. It's been updated as of, 10:04 a.m. today. And it states, the trainer of Chris Eubanks Jr. Was arrested by armed airport police after security officials found a gun in a suitcase. Mail Sports understands Brian Bomac McIntyre was detained amid dramatic scenes at Manchester Airport on Sunday morning. The alarm was raised when a scan of the baggage, which had been checked in ahead of a flight, allegedly showed the weapon. Police officers with their own guns descended on the departure lounge at Terminal 2 and arrested 53-year-old McIntyre, who was due to fly into Atlanta for suspected possession of a firearm. Eubanks' trainer has since been charged with possession of a firearm. And what else does it state here? It says that McIntyre himself, a former boxer from the United States, had overseen Eubanks Jr.'s comprehensive victory over Liam Smith in their middleweight rematch in the city on Saturday night. The suitcase was checked in with little attempt to conceal the weapon, it is thought. A spokesperson for Greater Manchester Police said at around 10:45 a.m. on Sunday, September 3rd, officers were called to reports of a possible firearm
being found in whole luggage by airport staff at Manchester Airport. After initial inspection by security staff, GMP, which is for Greater Manchester Police officers, attended, and the firearm was seized. Subsequently, a 53-year-old man was arrested for possession of a firearm and was taken to custody for further questioning. Brian McIntyre from the United States of America was charged with possession of a firearm and possession of ammunition for a firearm without a certificate. McIntyre attended Stockport Magistrates Court this morning, where he was further remanded into custody. He is next due to appear at Manchester Crown Court on Monday, October 9th. How the gun came to be in the suitcase will form part of the police's probe. McIntyre is widely regarded as one of the best trainers in the sport. He orchestrated what was Eubanks' career best performance in the pair's first fight together. Crawford is viewed by some as the finest pound-for-pound fighters on the planet. He is. He has also been in the corner for former super featherweight champion Jamel Herring and trained Amir Khan for his fight with Kell Brook last year. McIntyre also trains U.S. star Terrence Bud Crawford. The pair grew up on the same Omaha streets and trained at the same gym. Eubanks Jr.'s team declined to comment when approached by Mail Sport. And again, I have to send a special shout out and prayers out to Mr. Brian Bomac McIntyre's family. Man, I am like reeling. I don't even know what to say, bro. I don't even know where to go with this, because it's like one of them situations where it raises red flags to me personally, because my thing is, as long as we have seen the entire team from Team Crawford performing and on a professional level, these guys have always performed and kept it classy and been professional about what they did, how they move. You could talk a little shit. Okay, that's cool. That's just being competitive, right? But as far as the movements of these guys and the way that they, came to do business, we never heard about anything that was out of the way, anything that was unprofessional, anything that was shaky, anything that was illegal that had to do or deal with or kept for, you know what I mean? So, and the thing that it makes me think about is there have been a number of times in which the team and the coach, coaches and things of that nature have traveled abroad, throughout the course of Bud's career, being professional, as well as just throughout the amateur careers, throughout his career, So like, now the one thing that raises a question to my mind is, with as much, technology and the high security clearance systems, the sensors, and all of the cameras that that are possessed by Big Brother over in the UK, how in the fuck did he actually get the gun into the country in the first place? It raises the question, why is it that he got it there, was able to freely move around the city and the country with it in his possession? You know what I mean? It's only when he's getting ready to come back out that it raises a flag. Like, it just kind of make it seem, you know what I mean, to the conspiracy theorist mind, right? So it raises the red flag to believe that, okay, if you brought this man in and you knew this was going on and you had the one up on him, you was bringing him in to see what he was going to do in the Liam Smith and Chris Eubanks fight. And unfortunately, your guy didn't come out victorious, and he did. Because they're going to push a lot of propaganda out here, man. So we just want to send our prayers, you know what I'm saying, all of our positivity, you know what I'm saying. We want to keep in mind, you know what I mean, we don't know actually what's going on. This is way across the pond in a whole nother country, so it can only be speculated as to what's going on. But I'm just saying it definitely does raise some red flags because, again, how did he even get this thing out of the country and then into the country? Like with all of the security checks and protocols that happen now, because now this is going to raise further questions if it's not according to the conspiracy theorists swept under the rug, because this is going to raise some questions about border patrol and border security across the globe in both of these respective countries, from the United States of America as well as the UK. This is now stating that Big Brother, with all of his technology and all of his far-reaching tentacles, is still allowing for illegal activities to happen right under their nose. Like this poses a lot of questions. So do you now pick and choose who you allow to come in, with whatever? So shit, I'm gonna catch the one guy with the firearm just to let this entire shipment of armament, motherfucking me, arms and guns and bombs and everything else come in on the freight liner on the motherfucking me boat. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, I catch the dude with 2 pounds just to let 100 pounds come past. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this based a whole lot of different questionings in different people's minds, and inquiring minds want to know. And unfortunately, with it not happening anywhere inside of our country's borders, we don't know what happened, what's going on. We're only receiving secondhand news and secondhand sources, secondhand source information. You understand what I'm saying? Hearsay at best. So again, you know what I mean? We're not trying to play lawyer. You know what I'm saying? We want to send our prayers and positive energies out to the entire Bomac family team, the legal team, everybody, man. Make sure this gets taken care of, handled. The thing that it makes me think of is because off top, you know what I mean? Like, I'm praying my brother can get home safely more than anything. That's all I give a fuck about. I want my man to get home safely, back home to his family, to his loved ones, to the people that surround him. Now, what we may have to do in order to make that happen. Unfortunately, if this is something where it is looking like it is alleged, and they try to stick this, at worst, they're saying an automatic 5 years. If it was just, the finding of a weapon, because weapons, having firearms are illegal in the UK. 10 years if it's loaded. They're trying to state that it was loaded. So they're trying to railroad my man from what it's looking like. But at the least, they're stating he may just be banned from the UK completely, won't be able to come back over there, which now affects how are you able to train any of your UK-based fighters on a consistent basis, or be in their corners on the night of the fight if you're banned and barred from the country and unable to enter through the borders. So effectively, that's really kind of the direction I see him going with it, because honestly, that's not how that man moves, bro. I have never known for them to be moving around any of the places that they have moved in such a reckless manner, unprofessional, anything other than A1. I have never seen them do that. You know what I'm saying? And that's just personally knowing them. You know what I mean? Now, knowing that, the champ had a large arsenal, you know what I'm saying, that people had seen and talked about, etc. A lot of people didn't understand he was actually licensed. You know what I mean? So anything that you saw was legit. He could have, you know what I mean? Kind of situation. So, people couldn't, it just looked like Motherfuckers probing for shit, trying to find shit. Because, I mean, immediately you are starting to hear the backlash, and you got the people in the chats going crazy, and people giving they perspective, and people want to play lawyer, and people want to talk about what they can do, and you know what I mean? I'm just praying that we can get Bomac home and we get this entire situation sorted out. I don't care nothing about all that other BS. I can't involve myself in that. You know what I mean? I'm not legally qualified to do so. If anything, I'm a crook. I'm the last person that's legally qualified to speak on it, except for shit, the sentencing motherfucking me confines and some shit, right? So, in that respect, in that regard, like I said, man, we are sending our prayers out to you, Coach. We love you. Hold your head. You know what I'm saying? It's home team or nothing. Home team or no team. You hear what I'm saying? So, you know, if y'all thought we were switching up, it'll never, ever happen, bro. Free the guys. You hear me? Forever. You hear what I'm saying? I'm standing on that. A fight go with that. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah, man. Free Bomac till it's backwards. You hear what I'm saying? And yeah, man, I'm praying that my guy is able to get this entire situation sorted out and taken care of properly, man. And what's so crazy about the whole situation, right? We just saw this man effectively put on two of the greatest coaching performances in fucking boxing this year, bro. Off the top, like we saw this man go out and not only, and shout out to Lester Martinez for going out there and giving Chris Eubanks good work out there in camp, man. But we saw Lester Martinez, who was actually successful earlier this year in his fight, as well as my man Kelvin Davis, Keyshawn's brother, going in there doing their thing on the show, on the Pro Box Showcase card. Or excuse me, Showbox. Shout out to them. But also, you know what I mean? We then saw Bomac double back and put on an exemplary coaching performance at the July 29th fish fry that we all got to see around the world here when Terrence Bud Crawford made history, becoming undisputed two times. Yes, Lord. Yes. Shout out to Team Crawford, man. Shout out to Bomac, man. And then my guy goes across the pond. Shout out to my guys across the pond, man. Shout out to my boy Toby Bartlett holding it down over there. My guy Boxing Antics, right? Man, he goes across the pond into the UK and turns around Chris Eubanks in his fight against Liam Smith, which was actually a fucking grudge match because these boys just fought, man. Yeah. I ain't even gonna lie, he had Chris Eubanks looking good. So if y'all didn't actually see the fight this weekend, man, you know what I mean, we gonna go ahead and guard yourself for the church announcements right quick before we open the doors of the sanctuary so we can cook on this a little bit, man, because I ain't gonna be here too much longer, man. I gotta get ready to head out. But check it. This past Saturday, if you didn't tune in, Liam Smith over in the UK once again went up against his old foe and Chris Eubanks Jr. at the AVO Arena in Manchester, England, Saturday night, right? Now, the two experienced veteran fighters met in the ring earlier this year on January 21st. After an even opening few rounds, Liam Smith actually took charge of the bout in about the fourth round because after figuring out Eubanks Jr. in the first 3 rounds, Smith stepped up the pace, caught his opponent with a nice, huge uppercut. Yeah, it was a nice left uppercut. I ain't gonna lie. It sent Eubanks crashing to the canvas. He unsteadily made it to his feet before Smith ended the contest with a straight right hand to the head, which gave Beefy a stunning 4th round TKO win. Now, the Hove-born fighter has since become insistent that he was the victim of a straight elbow. Yes. So Eubanks was stating he got hit with a straight elbow instead of a punch and has since actually began studying and training under the tutelage of Brian Bomac McIntyre midway through his camp, about a month through, right? So a lot of people, like we just heard the young lady at the beginning of the interview, many people were actually eager to see how Eubanks would respond to Bomac's coaching, as he had actually been called difficult to work with in the past by other trainers and things of that nature, right? Now, the first round of the fight was a little messy, you know what I'm saying? Whole lot of clinching, looked like they was Sadie Hawkins dancing, which actually saw Smith looking to impose his physicality. Now, Eubanks Jr. Tried to settle and get behind his jab, but it was an even round overall, you know what I'm saying? The second round followed more about the same fashion, you know what I'm saying? Just like the first round, with Eubanks edging it out on the work rate. However, he worked well behind the jab and actually seemed to be settling a lot better than he was in the first fight. Now, round 3 was really impressive for Eubanks, as he landed some measure combinations against the Liverpoolian, right? Smith still looked unworried, though. He kept coming. You know what I mean? Round 4 started well, you know. Eubanks actually landed a nicely timed, beautiful uppercut, dog, which knocked Smith down. You know what I mean? The rest of the round was strong for Eubanks, and he picked his punches really, really well. Also, Smith struggled to deal with the variety of shots that Eubanks was throwing. You know what I mean? Now, another eventful round, Eubanks trapped Smith against the ropes through a vicious barrage of punches to the head and body, which forced the ref to actually take a nice, good look, you know what I mean, at his opponent, Smith, right? But the Liverpoolian fighter bobbed and weaved, using the experience to kind of spin away from the ropes. Now, despite Eubanks' dominance, it looked like he expended a lot of energy and started getting gassed out and tired, right? You know what I'm saying? Round 6 and 7 was again dominant, though, from Eubanks, man. He continued to use his jab, man, and looked impressive. He continuously landed accurate combinations, which again troubled Liam Smith. You know what I mean? Now, the 8th round was a little quieter, you know what I'm saying? That's where it looked like he gassed at. But Eubanks again looked quicker to the punch. He was landing first. You know what I mean? With basically, Liam Smith was kind of a sitting duck at this point, just kind of eating shots, sitting there like a punching bag, bro. You know what I mean? And every time he got ready to move, he was picked off. Every time he looked for something, he was picked off. You know what I mean? Now, as we entered into the championship rounds, though, it was Eubanks putting on a clinic, bro, as he continued his impressive mixing of punches and angles throughout the 9th round. Now, Smith appeared to be struggling with his right ankle for a few rounds, but Eubanks has simply been the much better fighter throughout the night, dog. He was better, you know what I'm saying? The 10th round, bell sounded. Eubanks jumped on that boy. He pounced on him like a doggone me lion looking to eat on the gazelle. You hear me? Yes. Man, Eubanks landed some beautiful body shots while hitting his opponent to the head at pretty much almost at will. You feel me? Smith beat the count, you know what I mean? But his opponent kept coming, attacking, landing a barrage of unanswered punches, which actually forced the referee to stop the fight, which awarded Chris Eubanks his revenge, baby. Yeah, he got his revenge, his best served call. You know what I'm saying? Earlier in the night too, in the heavyweight division, Frazier Clark actually low blowed his way to a stoppage against his opponent David Clark in the 6th round of their scheduled clash. Clark was deducted 2 points for low blows in the 6th round before David Allen actually retired in his corner. He made that man retire from punching him in the jewels. Now, I ain't gonna lie, man. Listen, it followed a grueling and sometimes messy 6th round, though, in which Clark was deducted that 2 points because, dog, it was almost 3 It was almost 3 because he was going to, you know what I mean? Then at the end, you know what I'm saying, they kind of had some words, went back and forth, exchange of words or whatnot, basically in reference to them nut shots, dog. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the victory actually lifts Clark's unbeaten record to 8-0 and takes him another step towards a meeting with some of the marquee names of the domestic heavyweight scene, right? Now, according to Clark, not vintage again, but if you're going to learn on the job, let me tell you, David Allen is the man to do it with, said Clark afterwards. My feet were a bit lackluster, but there was some good stuff in there as well. He's a tough man like I knew he would be. I tried my variations. It didn't backfire on me. Listen, it's a fighting game, and I'm a clean fighter. You know what I'm saying? If it strayed low and hit the belt, then I apologize to Dave right now. It was never intentional. I felt a few of them were good shots, and I felt like him being an experienced pro with an experienced corner, they tried to manipulate the referee. They followed the media and what's been going on these past weeks. Fair play to them. They tried using it to their advantage. Wow. Clark actually found plenty of joy with a flurry of jabs, you know what I'm saying, that was greeted with little resistance by his opponent, right? And he actually seemed content to eat up some shots in hopes of testing the Olympian in the later rounds. Now, a focus of the body at times almost landed Clark in trouble and got him out of there earlier, but his cleaner work to the head was kind of telling as Allen sported a reddened face all up yonder, being forced to retire from the bout. You figure deal me, man. Also on the card, because see, y'all don't be watching boxing, dog. I know y'all don't be watching. I know y'all don't be watching boxing. Y'all be bullshitting. Yeah. Y'all be watching boxing. Y'all be watching boxing. Y'all be fucking with the bouts, man. Y'all be bullshitting. I know it. I already know y'all do. You know what I'm saying? But this is why I'm here. You know, to layeth the hands and bringeth thee to the light. Now, in the women's welterweight division, Olympic gold medalist and Welsh native Lauren Price extended her professional winning record to 5-0, beating the Zambian fighter Lolita Mozia on a technical 6-round knockout. Yes, Lord. Good job, Lauren Price. As yet, no professional opponent has been able to win even a single round against Price. Woo! She ain't lost a round yet, bro. She been outboxing everything, dog. You know what I'm saying? And Muzia was no exception. Even though the former middleweight world title challenger tried to make her size advantage tell, and more telling, as she bore down on Price and launched big, heavy right hands at her with at the welterweight, right? You know what I'm saying? But Price found her measure and her distance, you know what I'm saying, and was faster, so she was able to beat Muzia to the punch, you know. And every time the Zambian fighter charged in, the Welsh woman rattled off big hooks to the chin before escaping up out of there from a nice wild left hand that she was throwing, you know what I mean, catching her. Oh, it was crazy, you know. As the rounds progressed, Price began to dig her shots in, a straight 1-2 connected to the chin as Muzia lunged at her tormentor, dog, because she was just schooling it. Bing, 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 bing. And she was, yeah. That shit was crazy. Hey, man. But anyway, in the fight, though, Price and Muzia did actually clash heads, you know what I mean, which opened up a nasty gash above her left eye. Several attempts to stem the blood flow actually failed while Price was still ahead on referee Steve Gray's scorecard. You know what I mean? She actually won the fight 60-53. Yeah, she straight through. Just one-sided round. It was, she was outboxing her smooth. Price now actually has her sights set on a homecoming fight against England's own IBF welterweight and WBO light middleweight champion Natasha Jonas, man. Yeah. And what's crazy about that is because not only is Lauren Price gunning for a homecoming bout over in the UK, but Michaela Mayer is also gunning for, because Michaela Mayer fought on said bout too. Michaela Mayer actually notched another dominant points victory over Sylvia Bertot, sweeping the scorecard straight 100-90. That was a 10-rounder. Just swept that girl, like Swiffered her right up in the dustpan, man. Yes, indeed, for her super lightweight debut. Now, unlike others who might have sought to minimize risk by dodging punches, Bertot eagerly engaged Mayer in the ring from the beginning of the fight, dog. She kept coming. Nevertheless, her early aggression waned as Mayer consistently landed counter punches beautifully and employed effective lateral movement. Man, she was moving beautifully. Despite 10 rounds of constant action, Bertot showcased her resilience by lasting until the final bell. She kept fighting. Big heart shout out to Sylvia Bertot. But Mayer, who's now eyeing a return to world title contention and a new weight class altogether completely, hinted at a possible future bout with Natasha Jonas, who again is the IBF champion, the IBF world champion at 147. Now, speaking to Sky Sports after the fight, Mayer declared, "I'm not looking for easy matchups. I've got major battles coming up, including one with Tasha Jonas. Ooh. I'm conditioning myself for such high-profile clashes. Transitioning from 130 to 147 is a considerable leap. That's 17 pounds, and that is also 130, 135, 140, 147. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a huge jump in several weight classes. That's a considerable leap. You know what I mean? But I'm all set to face Jonas head on. Wowzers. Hey, so shout out to Michaela Mayer, man, for going out there, putting on a clinic, daring to be great, doing her thing, man. I look forward to that fight, man. I want to see what that look like. I don't know. She got some heart, though, man. But anyway, real quick, let me get through the rest of these. Florian, the Albanian King Marku, unleashed a first-round TKO, the only first-rounder on the card that I saw, against Dylan Moran, stopping the clock at just 54 seconds and defying predictions of a more evenly 50-50 match battle. Dog. Marco's devastating left hand landed early. Whew, Jesus, which triggered a full-on attack, dog. He unleashed a relentless flurry of punches. No choice at all. The ref had to stop the fight, dog. He took too much punishment. He let the flurry go. He opened up the floodgates on that boy. You hear me? And look, and with the passionate Albanian fan base at his back, Marku is now setting his sights on more marquee matchups. In the post-fight interview, he told Sky Sports, "I've trained for this comeback fight. I've been dodged a lot and had a frustrating year, but respect to Dylan Moran. When I'm on my game, I'm dangerous. Now it's time for a real challenge." And when they asked Ben Shalom, the Boxer CEO, he chimed in on this Don King shit, saying, "Florian's been plagued by injuries, but now he's in peak form. He's a dangerous man in the ring, man. We got a real gem on our hands." All right, shout out to you, Ben Shalom, for getting on your advertisement. I ain't mad, man. That's what you're supposed to do, promote your fighter. Yes, indeed. Adam Azim went 10 rounds, you know what I mean, for the second straight time in his career. 7 months after his sixth fight, knockout streak actually got brought to a halt. Azim once again went to the cards and a sound unanimous decision victory. And again, he swept Ukraine's Aram Fanyan 100-90, 99-91, and 98-92, which were all landed in favor of Azim. And yeah, that was a good fight. Azim improved his record to 9-0 with 6 KOs with his second win of the year. Again, this just came after going 10 rounds for the first time in his young career when he shut out and beat the previously unbeaten Santos Reyes February 11th at that very same arena. Or no, that was at the arena in Wembley. My bad. The OVO arena in Wembley. My bad. I misspoke. Yeah, but man, that fight between Azim and Fanyan was actually supposed to take place on June 16th, but Azim was forced to postpone because he suffered an infection from a cut on his knuckle during training camp. He has since celebrated his 21st birthday before he came back around to getting this fight on the books. Azim was poised at the start while Fanyan saw opportunities for his money punch, which was basically that big left hook over the top. Azim jabbed and moved as he looked to score with power shots. Fanyan found success with his hook, none of which hurt his unbeaten opponent, but enough to earn his respect. You know what I mean? Azim continued to fight behind the jab in rounds 2 and 3. He started to double up on the stick as he focused more on the boxing, more than trying to trade and go back and forth with Fanyan, who landed a nice, crisp left hook. In the final minute of the third round, it sounded like a bomb. Azim was briefly unsteady, but composed himself quickly enough to avoid any more ensuing shots. The deceptive power of Fanyan was clearly felt by Azim, but Azim continued to box and not take too many more risks, dog. You know what I mean? The visiting boxer from the Ukraine adjusted his spacing to minimize the impact of Azim's jabs in the 4th and 5th rounds with his own effort to take the lead. However, it resulted in some wild right hands that kept sailing over the top, missing. Fanyan then took the lead in round 6, though it was Azim who landed the cleaner blows. A left hook to the body got through for the 3-year pro, who was urged by trainer Shane McGuigan between rounds to close the gap before he throws the shot. Azim was also encouraged to let his right hand rip, giving Fanyan's left hook dominant approach. So that was actually a good fight. Then who else, man? Jack Cullen. Jack Cullen actually gave the career best performance of his life, right? He took home the British and Commonwealth Super Middleweight Championships. He was actually facing Mark Heffron. It was a fight that many expected Cullen to lose because Heffron was more experienced and was considered a formidable opponent. But the first 2 rounds actually of the fight were relatively kind of cagey. Heffron was keen to push forward, but Cullen used his height advantage effectively. Heffron did find some openings to land some shots to the body in the 2nd and 3rd rounds. However, Cullen also landed well in that time, including a nice right hand at the end of the 2nd round that actually hurt Heffron, man. As the end of the 3rd round approached, Cullen landed a lightning quick left hook that sent Heffron tumbling to the canvas. Despite Heffron instantly rising back to his feet, the referee had no choice but to end the fight and crown a new champion. I'm gonna be honest, I think that fight could have went a little longer. I was anxious to see how it would have went after, you know what I'm saying? I think that was kind of an early stoppage, even though Cullen was doing his thing. He was working out on that, man. He was. But dog, he could have kept going. He could have kept fighting. You should have let him fight. But anyway, Jack Cullen told Sky Sports after the fight, "It's unreal. Just as a kid watching boxing with my dad, he's who I fight for. We've not just watched it, we've won it. Me and Mark know each other. You know, we went to the same gym. He had the title we wanted. If I didn't get the losses, I wouldn't be here fighting for this. Boxing is my life. I've put everything into this fight." And actually, I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch, man. And from what they're saying, a rematch between the two wouldn't be out of the question because Cullen actually contemplates his first title defense against an opponent, and Heffron is looking to actually run it back. So I wouldn't mind seeing that fight again and actually letting the ref, you know what I mean, letting them boys bang it out, man. Anyway, rising star Frankie Stringer, who's under the management of Liam Smith and trains in the same facility, actually clinched a nice decisive win in points in the sixth bout of his budding professional career via a 6-round unanimous decision, displaying tactical acumen. Right, Stringer effectively nullified Engel Gomez's forward pressure and combination punches throughout the contest. He showcased his counterpunching ability, targeting both head and body, while Stringer unleashed some heavy artillery in the opening and closing rounds. He ultimately, and it was crazy because Stringer got some bombs off, right, in the opening round and the closing round, which actually kind of thought you was gonna stop, cuz like he thought he got some shit off. You thought he was gonna stop him, man, but ultimately, you know what I mean, Stringer was able to actually pull himself back together and yeah, man, pull off the victory, you know what I mean, get back to himself and get back to the lead and continue to dominate the round. So he pulled off a 60-54 score on the judge's card, a unanimous decision victory. And yeah, so that was the announcements. Oh yeah, I forgot one last thing too, man. The businessman will be back in the building. Yes, indeed. Shout out to my guy, Keyshawn Davis. He will actually be facing Nahir Albright in a 10-round co-feature on the Janabek Gualtieri fight card on October 15th. That's going to be at the Fort Bend Epicenter in Rosenberg, Texas. Yeah, man, the businessman is back in the building, back in effect, back in the motherfucking office, people. So y'all better be on the lookout for Keyshawn, man. He coming to do his thing. So again, shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button, man. And yeah, man, that's it. No, I just wanted to, man, chop it up with y'all for a second. I know y'all. Did you miss me? I know, man. I know. Man, I've been working like a slave, man, doing these nights. You know what I'm saying? I know Gooch is doing this thing, working too, man. Sugar J, you know what I'm saying? Steady training, working, man. So, you know, we again, I have to give my apologies to everybody tuned in, man. All the playback gang. Listen, we've been doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'm definitely getting back to business, man, making sure I tap in with y'all. You know what I mean? Continuing to cook this good boxing with y'all. So with that being said, man, shout out to everybody that's tuned in. I see so many of y'all. I see a nice few of y'all in here. My guy, Toby Bartlett from across the pond, man. One love to my brother across the pond, Toby Bartlett. Yes, indeed, man. My guy out here, man. Hey, man, listen. Who is the Johnny Cochran in the UK, Toby? I need you to call him and tell him we got to get Bomac out of there and back over here. You hear me? Yes, yeah. We need to get my man's back home. We got to get him back stateside, okay? Immediately, expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? Again, one love to Coach Bomac, man. One love to his whole family. One love to the Team Crawford, you know what I'm saying? The whole B&B gym. Again, this is some devastating and reeling news to receive, you know what I mean, after an amazing weekend of victorious coaching in boxing, man. So, you know what I mean? It's crazy to hear and see. So, with that being said, man, one love to all of y'all tuned in. I got to get ready to go. I can't. I was gonna open the doors, but I don't know if I want to cook no more because it's like the only thing that I can say. You know what I mean? They're gonna say we over here cooking on conspiracy theories, and we gotta wait till the facts come out and this and that. Because again, like they said, the first thing they're gonna ask is how did it come into getting into the case in the first place? Because like, how did it get in the fucking country? How did it get out the country, dude? How did it get out of here? And then how did it get in there? Like, I don't understand, bro. Like I'm confused. I'm confuzzled. This is beyond me because now what that's going to effectively put into motion is for more. They're going to say, well, they need more thorough security scans and checks at these border patrol agencies and at these airports because they are allowing criminals and crooks to fly around with drugs and weapons. Which effectively now, what that makes me think about is they're going to start to actually change up the whole situation. Like, I think they're going to probably fuck around and eliminate any type of pre-TSA, like the pre-checks at TSA. You know what I'm saying? You know how if you pre-check at TSA, you could just kind of, you know what I mean? You already checked in, slide through and do your thing. You know what I mean? But the one thing that I always thought was even if you pre-check through TSA, you still got to go through and scan your shit, right? Especially at Border Patrol, ladies and gentlemen. So now, the only thing that it makes me think about is like, okay, so if you made it through the TSA and the Border Patrol, you know, going out, basically what they're saying is once you landed and came in to the country, they didn't check your shit coming off the plane. You just was able to grab your luggage and go off into the country and do your thing. So effectively, heads are going to roll on both sides of the pond when it comes to security breaches, security checks, and don't be surprised if y'all look, if we look at some elevated security measures when we are now traveling, ladies and gentlemen. That's I mean, effectively what we're looking at, because they're going to say for the safety of the people, for the greater good, and I understand, you know what I mean? We don't want any potential volatile situations happening where someone tries to, you know what I mean, pull these types of things, and terrorist attacks and all kind of, you know what I mean? Like, everything that we fear-mongered in media over the course of the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, I look for that now. So for any type of situation like this to happen, which honestly, if you are concealed, right, like you're concealed to carry and you're registered to carry your firearm, you can actually travel with your firearm. You can travel with it in your checked under luggage. You know what I mean? Like, so even if, but it has to be it has to be locked in a locked case. You know what I mean? Like, you have it in a locked case, and once you bring it to the airport, you actually declare to security to let them know, hey, I am traveling with my legal firearm. They'll ask you where it is. It's there in this case, in this locked case inside of my checked luggage that's going under the plane. So it's not with me. Here is my paperwork showing that I'm legal and I'm actually legit to have this. And guess what? They let you travel. They let you travel with it. No, it's the same as people who actually have a firearm in the car. You know what I mean? You have to know the laws and things of that nature of your state and of, you know what I mean, the place where you reside. You know what I'm saying? And again, the one thing that I've, like I said, throughout the course of Terrence Crawford's career, we have never seen or heard of anything about the team or the camp moving unprofessionally when it came to their safety and legality of any of the situations and any of the business that they were doing with anybody. Never. They've always kept the air of professionalism about them. So I really don't understand this one, because they try to make it seem like the man is moving reckless, moving just crazy, just, you know what I mean? Like he was finna go pull some terrorist shit. Yeah. If Chris Eubanks don't win, he gonna win. Fucking stupid, man. This man is a professional. You know what I'm saying? This man is a multimillionaire professional, like that has been doing this for years. He has been traveling around the globe, traveling around the world, traveling across the country, you know, city to city, state to state, doing whatever he needed to do when it came to this game of boxing. So, one thing that we have never seen or heard about throughout all of, you know, this man's years of being involved with the game is for him to be ever moving in an unprofessional manner or unprofessional light. So I don't see it. I can't see it. That's not, and honestly, that's never been the kind of, you know, that's never been the kind of image or MO that anybody at Team Crawford or anybody at Team BNB ever wanted to portray. You know what I'm saying? Because we knew what the negative stigma was coming into some of these places, whether they were high-end and upscale facilities and high-end casinos places. You know what I mean? They talking about a whole team full of African-American and Latin American young men and women coming in from all walks of life, all different status quos, many of which were might be considered low income or impoverished, if you will. So, you know, they already giving all kind of negative statements. You know what I'm saying? They already coming with all kind of negative connotations about, you know what I mean, Bud, the entire team, a lot of the propaganda that they pushed, a lot of the bullshit that they pushed. You know what I'm saying? So the one thing that we always wanted to demonstrate was, listen, we not like what they try and paint us out to be. Now, don't get it fucked up. We can get there if we need to, but that's not how we coming. That's not how we approaching the situation. We're approaching the situation like we got some class. You act like you got some home training, like you got some sense. You know what I'm saying? Like your mama raised you right. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And anytime we come into this, we treat people kind, with respect. You know what I mean? We move through these places accordingly. We handle whatever business that we need to handle, and we get the fuck out them people way and out them people face and get back home to the ones that we know and love. And I'll be completely honest with you, bro. I have never in my life ever heard or seen tell of the team or the camp moving in any other way that was not official or professional or legitimate. You know what I mean? So, again, you know, I just got to send my love out to Coach. You know what I'm saying, man? Free Bomac till it's backwards. Period. Point blank, pure and simple. I can't say it no other way. I ain't going to say it no other way. Like, you expect me to switch? Never. Ever. Never. Like, y'all, if you know me, you already know what I stand on, man. We too stiff at the shoulders for that. We too solid for that. So, you know, again, hit the like and subscribe, man. One love to y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm out, man. I got to get ready to go to work. Yeah, streets keep calling me. They be calling my name, baby. I mean, work. Like, I work in the never mind. Doesn't matter. But yeah, man. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe. One love to each and every last one of y'all, man. Appreciate y'all coming through today. Yeah, man. Hey. Thank y'all for coming through, man. Hit the button. Tell somebody. Share somebody. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, hit the Cash App. Do something. Y'all be liking these other hoe ass niggas around here capping and lying to y'all, bringing y'all bullshit, man, bringing y'all propaganda and shit. I'm in here trying to give y'all breakdowns and play-by-plays and give y'all real life breaking news and exclusive situation. Man, y'all better tap in with the apostles, man. Y'all better stop playing with me, man. Listen. One love to everybody, though, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Again, it's the co-host that be doing the most. Cam the Baptist, man. Love y'all. I'm out. Peace. Gooch, would you mind talking to the people, Gooch? No. We're going to do it right. I can't play it in the back. You got to see it. Duh. Stupid. All right. One love to y'all, man. Cam the Baptist signing out. Peace.
It's the goose to you, Mr. Goose to you. And I'm with my guys, Sugar J the Wise One and Kim the Baptist.
Yes,
and we
Lord.
are the apostles of the youth boxing community. And we're bringing It's Boxing to You.
It's the apostles and we come to lay of hands. Half step, weave the jab, uppercut, pick up your mans. It's Pastor Gucci Cam, Sugar J the Wise Man. We bring them to the light, make these haters understand. Northside is where I stand. Nebraska, that's the land. We cancels out the jab from a southpaw stance. We beat the competition, knock it out with either hand. And we drop the link, so come and kick it with your fam. And we drop receipts, so keep your sources on hand. If you can't confirm that this facts, you spread propaganda. Make sure you hit the like when you subscribe to the channel. One love to the playback gang and the panel. It's boxing to you.
It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. Represent the 402. Being Team Crawford, that's what we do. It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. It's boxing to you. What it do? Represent that 402. Team Crawford, BNB, yeah, that's what we do. What up? Y'all know who it is. It's the Goose to you, Mr. Goose to you. They said we weren't gonna do it, Cam. They said we weren't gonna last in this bitch, but we here. The apostles of the YouTube boxing community. We laying hands on their ass. Y'all see what it is. We got young Sugar J, the switch hitter from B&B, coming out 2023. One love. Y'all know what it is, but y'all gonna see what it is. Mr. Gucci, you, Kevin the Baptist, Sugar J the Wise One, we are the apostles of the YouTube boxing community.